Hey, I'm Radi, a freelance web developer. Today we are vibe coding a fully working WordPress theme using AI. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to deploy it on super fast cloud-based hosting. The goal here is to show how anybody can build a custom WordPress site without writing code. This will take some technical skills. Stick around and you'll get the idea. A few prerequisites before we get started. Since we're using AI, we'll develop locally using XAMPP as it works on Windows, Mac and Linux. We'll stick around with a classic WordPress theme because AI handles it better. For this experiment, we'll use Claude CLI, but you can use any AI coding tool you like: Gemini, GitHub, Copilot, Windsurf, Cursor, they're all great. Obviously, the result might vary depending on your model. And for me, I'm going to be using the $20 model purely because it gives me a little bit more usage. I'm sure that you'll find some free way of doing that as well if you're on a budget. And finally, Cloudways offers a 3-day free trial on their cloud hosting, so you can try it, and all of the prompts will be available for you to download on my blog for absolutely nothing. And that's it. Let me show you what we're going to be building today. So this is what we're going to be building today. Everything you see on the screen is editable, so you can go on the backend and edit it. It's definitely not perfect, but considering we vibe coded everything in here and we managed to fix some of the issues, I think it turned out pretty great. Let me show you some of the stuff that you can do. For example, on the header here, of course, you can change your logo. If you go to customize, if you click on site identity, from here, you'll be able to select your logo and upload it, or you can just change your website title, as you can see, like so. Then, for example, you can select a different menu if you wish to. I have only one menu in this website, which is my main menu. You can reorder the items. If you go to the backend of the WordPress website, I can show you super quickly. So if you go to menus here, you'll be able to see that we have the menu, and if I reorder them, they will reorder on the front end here as well. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is, for example, the hero section here. If I click on it, you'll see that I can change the image. So I don't have another image at the moment, but basically you can change the image from here, and you can change your title. So if you put 1, 2, 3, you'll see that, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, the title, the heading here. The same goes for the hero sub text. We have the CTA button here, and you can link it to whatever you like. I've left it here as default, but essentially you can do this for some of the sections here, like or story again. So if I find it, or story section, I can change the title, I can change the text, I can upload an image here, and so on. So you get the point here. So I'm gonna close this and show you some of the rest. And if I scroll down, for example, if you go to the latest news, you can click on them. These are all from the backend. And in the video, I show you some of the problems that we have, and I do explain how you can fix them super quickly. And I have fixed some of them, like making the titles bigger. You can basically just ask Claude to do that. And it's not looking too bad. This is all coming from the backend. Here is some of the other issues that are left to do. Basically, I just need to change the color, but that's fairly easy to do. And for example, if I was to go to edit this blog post, you'll see that the content matches. I can put like anything here really. Let's put an image, and I can just select one from the library like so, add it, save it. And if I go back to the website, you'll see that we have the nice image in here. The same goes for the pages. So they're very basic pages in here. If I go to about, you'll see that we just have some text in here. You can add a title if you wish. You can edit the page in here. You can add whatever you like from the menu. You can, for example, a list, whatever, 1, 2, 3, and make it look better. The same goes for the menu. This is kind of like a coffee menu. You can add images and make it nicer than it is, but I've just basically copied and pasted some text. And the same goes for the contact form. You can style this the way you want. Maybe you can put this into 2 columns. You can just do columns, select 2 columns, and maybe on the first one, you can add a paragraph and copy all the details like so. And then on the second one, maybe you can install contact form 7 and add your contact form here. So contact form like so. And as you can see, it's fairly easy to do. And I'm going to refresh now. You have your content inside here, and then your content form will be here. And just like that, you can edit pretty much everything, including the footer. I'll just put some basic stuff inside here. But if you put some nice headings, this can look really, really nice. And this is what we're going to build in today. So if you're interested, stick around. Okay, to install WordPress locally and work on it using AI, I'm going to be using XAMPP. Now, there are some other applications like Laravel that are much easier to use, or maybe even Docker. But in this case, XAMPP is available on Windows, Linux, and OS X. And therefore, that's why I'm going to be using it, so we can cover pretty much everybody. So to get started, go to apachefriends.org and download the executable for your machine and install the software. Once you install it, open the software and it should look something similar to this. Essentially, you need to start Apache and MySQL in order to get this started. We need to go to Explorer, and this will give us all the folders that are available inside XAMPP. And essentially, we need to go to htdocs, and this is where normally the websites are stored. If I was to go to the browser and do localhost, you should also see this page. It should go to dashboard and it should say welcome to XAMPP, and this means that everything is working. From here, you'll be able to see your PHP information if you're interested. And as of now, we're using PHP version of 8.2.12. And also, if I go back, here is the PHP My Admin database. I'm going to open it in a new tab here, and your database will be here. Okay, so let's go back to the folder here and let's create our new website. So I'm going to right click and do new, and then let's create a new folder. And I'm going to call it coffee-website. And then inside this coffee website is where we need to install WordPress. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the browser and download WordPress super quickly. So search for download WordPress, and this will be the link here. And download WordPress 6.8.2 as of now. And this will download the zip file here. So I'll just wait a second and then extract the file inside the folder here. While this is being downloaded, we might as well go to the database here and create a new one. So to create a new database, here on the left side where it says new, create a new one, and then you can call your database whatever you like. I'm just going to put it as coffee and then click create. Now that we have a database here, we should be able to connect the WordPress files to this database in a second once it's finished downloading. So I'm going to speed up the video now. Okay, the file has been downloaded. Let's click on the folder here and open it. We can grab the folder and paste it into the htdocs and coffee website here. And then we need to extract it. Okay, now that we have all the WordPress files, I actually need them to be outside in this folder here. So I'm going to go inside twice, grab all the files and go back and paste them inside here. And technically speaking, we don't need those two anymore. So I'm going to delete them, and that's it. So this is a very standard WordPress website in here. Okay, so now we need the folder name. And if you go to the browser and here under localhost, you should be able to paste the folder name. So in my case, it's coffee-website, and press enter. This should give you a brand new WordPress setup like so. And then you need to start the setup. I'm going to do English UK here, continue. And then we're going to need the database name, username, password, and host. So let's click let's go. And the database name should be, if I go to localhost, click on phpMyAdmin, this is what we created earlier. So I'm going to copy it and paste it inside here. This is the database name. The username should be root. Password, we should be able to leave blank. And the database host is localhost, and the table prefix you can change if you wish to, but it doesn't really matter since we're going to be migrating this website to a live hosting later in this video. So I'm going to leave it as default and click submit. Okay, let's run the installation, and this is all done. So now we need to give our website a name. I'm going to put coffee shop. And the username for me is going to be root, just so I can remember it. And the password is going to be password. I'm going to confirm the weak password here. We're working locally. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to put my email address and then I'm going to click install WordPress. Okay, our WordPress is finally installed. We can now log in with the username of root and the password of password. So let's go in and let's do root and then password. And then click remember me and log in. At this point, you should have a fully working WordPress website. I'm going to dismiss this message. And then if you remove the WP admin from here, you should be able to see your fully working website, which is great. Now, if you go back to the dashboard from here, click on dashboard. And if you go to appearance, themes, we're going to be creating a brand new theme using underscores. So let me close all the tabs that we don't need anymore. We're all done here. And I'm going to move this to the left and let's remove these. And now let's go to underscores. And essentially there are many ways of creating WordPress themes nowadays. Underscores is an old classic way of kind of like getting started. Basically a starter theme, you download it, you modify it and make it your own. And I believe that this is still great even today. So I'm going to be using it and let's see what we can make with it. If you go to underscores.me, if you click here and if you give your theme a name, I'm going to call mine coffee_shop, click generate. This should give you another zip file. Here it is. So it's giving me a zip file, which I'm going to grab super quickly. And then I'm going to go back to my htdocs. This is inside XAMPP, htdocs and my coffee website. We need to go to WP content and then themes. This is where all themes live. So I'm going to paste our newly created theme and we need to unzip it. So right click, extract all, extract, and here it is. So it's created a folder within a folder. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this folder out and how are we going to do this? And paste it here. Yep, so that's worked. So now we only have coffee_shop and then here is our theme. So these are all the files that make your theme work. Basically, you have a search page, a sidebar, a single page, for example, for your about page or contact pages. You have index, which is normally your front page. You have a header. Some of you probably have a footer and so on. But you can always extend this to fit your needs. And this is what we're going to be doing today. So leave this open. But let's go back to the browser. Let's close this and let's go to the appearance one more time and click on it. So it refreshes and here you'll see your coffee shop theme. Let's activate this super quickly. Let's go to the website URL. I'm going to copy it and open it in the tab. And here is our newly created website and theme. As I said, this is only a base theme. It gives you everything you need to get started. And we're going to be using Claude CLI in order to code this. Before we do that, go back to our theme one more time and let's do a little bit of a setup. So I'm not going to do too much in here, but essentially if you go to posts, make sure that you have at least 1 or 2 posts. For example, we have this hello world now. It's only a basic post. But if you go back, maybe create at least 2 or 3 more. So let's do making a with AI and then put some, and then I'm just going to grab some old school lorem ipsum here and publish it. I'm going to do one more just so we have a little bit of content. WordPress is awesome. And I'm going to paste a little bit of text one more time and publish. And then the next thing that I want to do is under pages. I want to create like 2 or 3 pages just so we have something to work with. The sample page here could be our about page. So I'm going to put it about, and then I'm going to leave the text as it is. We can also have more pages. For example, let's do menu, for example. Like so. And then let's do one more. Maybe this could be our contact page. And publish. Okay, now that we have some pages inside here for testing purposes, we can begin working on our theme. As I mentioned in this intro of the video, today we're going to be using Anthropic's CLI. This is Claude's code for some of you that are familiar, but you can literally use any AI coding editor nowadays. So the prerequisites here are that you have Node.js 18 or newer installed. In order to do this, you can click on here and then basically download the executable for your operating system. For example, I'm using Windows and I want the latest version here, so I'll download it and install it. Once you install this for your machine, you can basically start using the Anthropic CLI by installing it. Let's follow this super quickly. I'm going to copy it and then I'm going to go to our project folder here where we're working. I'm going to do left shift, right click and open in terminal. This is just a shortcut that goes to the themes folder and coffee shop here. And then we need to paste the command, which is npm install -g at anthropic-ai/cloud-code. Press enter. This should take a couple of seconds. I've already got it installed. And then let's go back. And then here it's going to say navigate to your project. Now I'm already in my project folder here. As you can see, essentially to start Claude, we need to literally run Claude and that's it. So let's do that. Paste it. And this is going to say, do you trust the files in this folder? And I'm going to press enter and that's it. To get started, you can choose your theme. I'm going to choose the dark mode here. Now we need to select our login method. For example, as you can see, Claude can be used with the subscription or build based on API usage. To be safe, I'm going to go with the account with subscription here, and I'm just going to use the $20 for the pro. So let's go with this one here. I'm going to press enter, and then I need to click upgrade to max or pro. I'm going to click on pro. I'm going to go with a monthly, and then I'll just pay for it super quickly. Finally, let's subscribe and pay. And now my plan should be active and I should be able to go back. Let's click on this link super quickly. Would like to connect to your cloud. Let's authorize it. Let's copy the code, go back and paste it. Would you like to trust the files info? Yes. And that's it. We should be able to use this now. And pro tip here, I would strongly recommend you to get a GitHub account if you haven't got one, and basically add this theme to your GitHub. So every time you make changes, push the changes to GitHub just so you have it saved, just in case AI messes up something for you or you mess up something and you delete your files or overwrite something. GitHub will be able to version control your files. And normally I use the GitHub application, but for this video, I'm going to skip it. There is plenty of tutorials on GitHub. So let's continue. What I'm going to do now is I've already prepared some instructions for our AI assistant here. And what I'm going to do is right click and create a new folder. And I'm going to say cloud-instructions. You can name this folder whatever you like, but I'm going to make it really obvious. But I wouldn't suggest uploading this folder to your actual live WordPress website. Maybe keep it out of it. Anyways, let's go inside here and let me show you what we're going to do today. So essentially, I've already prepared some markdown files. If I open the browser super quickly. So basically, I went to cloud.ai. You can use any AI assistant for this. And I said, I'm making a WordPress website. And for this, I'm using underscores as a base theme. I will be using Claude CLI to code it. Can you help me with some of the prompts to get good results? Maybe I can set up the branding first, like colors and fonts. This is normally how I would code a theme. I would set up the branding first and then continue. And essentially, I was able to ask AI to help me with the prompt. And you can be super specific to what you need. For example, with the colors, you can be super specific. For the typography, you can be super specific. As I went down the list, I was a little bit more specific and I was telling it what I want, but these were just super generic. So after some time, I was able to create all of these, and I've put numbers here as the way I would normally do it. For example, I would set up the branding colors, the typography, and then I'll start with some of the components like the header, the footer, the landing page, the blog post, the pages, and single pages. So if I was to open in this in any editor, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to do left shift right click, open in terminal, and I can do code dot, and this is going to open the files for me here. And also let me close GitHub. And then if I click on branding here, you'll see that I've given it a little bit more details now. So I'm building a WordPress theme based on underscores for a coffee shop website. Help me create a comprehensive color system for my brand, please. Generate comprehensive color palette with primary, secondary, and natural colors. Create CSS custom properties, variables for those colors. Include accessibility considerations. Provide both hex and XLS values. Suggest how to organize them in style.css. And basically I'm giving it a little bit of context that this is a modern coffee shop with a warm welcoming atmosphere. Targeting audience includes coffee enthusiasts, remote workers, and local community members. And then I'm giving it a few suggestions for the colors. So what I'll do, I'm going to give you all those files. I'm going to put them on my blog. So if you wish to download them, modify them, and make them better. But honestly, you can go to any AI assistant and just ask it to do this for your own purpose. Essentially, I've done the same thing for the typography, for the component, for the header, footer, and so on. And now we can feed AI in order to start working on our theme. Now let's jump back to Claude here. Essentially, if you do let me see if I can zoom in even more. Okay, it's zooming in. Essentially now, if you do this will give you your files. So what I want now is to do and then I want to go to Claude instructions. This is where I saved all my files. Press tab or enter, and then this should give you all of the files. So if you scroll down to number 1, press enter, and then press enter one more time. And this is going to start working on our project. If you remember, let's go back to the website that we're working on right now. I'm going to close everything else here. This is how our website looks now. And let's wait to see what it comes up with. So this is actually going to be a great experience for myself as well, because I've already done this once and the result was pretty decent. I'm wondering whether the second result now is going to be any different. Essentially, this is going to take some time and I'll probably speed up the video here. And here we go. It's going to ask us, do you want to make edits to this style.css? I'm going to do shift and tab. And then this is going to continue. And also you can stack other changes. For example, I can do and then Claude instructions, and then I can select the second file here and it will just queue it. I won't do that just yet. Let's see what happens first and then we'll come back. So from now on, when this is loading, I'm going to be speeding up the video because I don't want us to basically wait for this. Okay, our first implementation is actually done, and I'm zoomed in quite a bit, but it says perfect. We've successfully created a comprehensive color system for your coffee shop WordPress website. Here's what we implemented: primary colors, secondary colors, accent colors, natural colors, accessibility features, implementation, and usage examples, which is amazing. So let's go back to a coffee shop. This is how it was originally with the underscore theme. And now if I refresh the page, you should see that the branding is starting to take shape. So we have a little bit of color and the text is looking pretty decent, which is good. So this was the base. Now let's jump back into our CLI here. Close this and let's go to add Claude instructions. And then let's click on the second one. So in the second one, we're going to set up the typography here. Let's click on it and press enter. Okay, this is finally done. Let's go back to the WordPress website and refresh it. And as you can see, the font has changed. I did define this font for the WordPress website. So I'm pretty happy with this actually so far. I think this is looking good already. So now let's continue with the rest. And I could definitely queue them, but I want you to see what's happening with each step. So I'm going to do Claude instructions here. And let's go to number 3, component header. So I'm going to do component header and let's wait for a bit. Okay, we're now done. Basically, just to sum up, for the header, I wanted a fully responsive header that is using the WordPress menu for the navigation. That's pretty much it. So let's check it out. I'm going to go here and refresh and we're getting an error. So let's copy this and let's see whether this will be able to fix it. Fatal error, let's see. I didn't get any errors when I was planning this video, but obviously this is gonna happen at some point, and it will be good to see whether it's gonna be able to solve the issue for us. So let's have a look. Okay, let's see whether that has worked now. Let's go back. We have the error. Let's refresh. And now we don't. Okay, this is not too bad. The menu is looking good, but I definitely wanted the navigation to be on the right side. So maybe we can ask AI to help us with this. But other than that, it's not too bad. We have the navigation here, the mobile thing, which is pretty cool. So let's just ask AI to move the navigation to the right side, and then we should be good to go here. For the header, can you right line the menu? Let's have a look. It's added flex end, which is good. So let's go back and refresh. No, that didn't seem to work either. Let's try again maybe. At header.php, can you left line the logo and right line the menu? Just as I'm recording the video, it seems to be failing, but obviously it's going to happen. So you just got to learn how to speak to the AI and fix problems like this, I guess. For me, of course, I can go to the CSS and fix it in a couple of seconds. Let's have a look now. Nope, that didn't seem to work either. Okay, let's try one more time. At header, can you line the side? Let's see now. Nope, the side. Let's have a look now. Okay, finally. So you're gonna have to play a little bit with this, but so far that isn't looking bad at all. The coffee shop logo here, we have navigation here with really nice effect, to be honest. And if we go down to mobile, so if we refresh, you'll see that this is working, but the mobile toggle button needs to be also aligned to the right. So the mobile needs to be to the right side. Let's press enter. Let's go back, refresh, and as you can see, this is now aligned to the right. And yeah, and just like that, you can basically fix some of the stuff just by prompting a couple of times, trying to explain the problem as much detail as you can. And now let's follow up with the footer. And I'm going to go back here and do add Claude instructions. And then we need to select the component footer here, press enter and wait for a bit. And also, while the footer is being created, one more thing that I wanted to show you super quickly is that for the header here, if we click on customize, I'm going to put it on another tab, but you'll be able to see that we can actually change the logo from here. So if I click edit, you'll be able to see that I can put coffee shop 1, and it's kind of hard to see, but here it is, coffee shop 1, and the logo will be changed. You can change it from here, or you can select your logo as an image, PNG, whatever, and then this will also update it. So it's not hard coded. This is a fully customizable theme. One thing that, let me close this. And another thing that I noticed is when we went to mobile, obviously this is kind of like at the bottom here. I mean, it might be okay if you're using the mobile and this is at the bottom, but it might be something that you want to fix. Maybe just tell AI to move it to the middle and so on. Let's see how the footer is going. It's almost there now. So I'm going to wait a few seconds. our footer is now created. And for the footer, just to explain super quickly, I wanted to have a couple of widgets. So these are areas inside the footer which we can fully customize. And let me show you. So let's refresh and let's have a look at what we get. Okay, so we have a very basic footer, but don't be fooled. If we go back to the customize, I'm going to open in a new tab. And if we go to widgets, you will see that we have the footer about, quick links, contact info, and recent posts. So for the about here, I can click got it, and then I can click here paragraph. You can basically add whatever you like. Let me go down to the bottom, and now you'll be able to see that we have widgets. So for example, you can do we open today from 0800 to 2200, something like this. And now you will see that this is fully customizable. You can add more stuff if you wish to here, like that, images, list, gallery, whatever. And we have a fully working footer. Let me go back to here, quick links. You can add this as well. So maybe I'm just going to put quick links. And as you can see, this is working. We also have contact info. So like maybe a phone number, +44 555 666 777, and we have it in here. And just like this, as you can see, it started to take shape. And recent posts, you can basically post like that, latest post if you wish to. I don't know how great this is going to look, but that's not too bad. So I'm going to publish this, and let's go back to the website, refresh. And as you can see, just like this, we have a fully customizable footer, which doesn't look bad at all. You can put little headings in here to make it look better. And this is going to be fully responsive as well, which is great. Let's see where we are at. We are now at the footer here, and we want to start the landing page. Now, this is going to be a difficult one. This is going to be a long one, and I'm really excited to see the results on this. So let's go back and let's get it started. So add, and then cloud instructions. And then if I go back here, we're going to have landing page.md. So this is packed with a lot of sections. And while this is going, maybe I can open it and tell you what's going on. So we're going to have a hero section, and you'll be able to customize the background image, headline, and the CTA button. We're going to have our story, the experience, customer testimonials, latest blog, call to action section where to visitors order online, etc., and special offers / features products section. And basically, I tell AI what to do. For example, more engaging styling, fully responsive image optimization, and so on. If you want to have a read on this, these are all going to be published on my blog, but I'm sure that you can come up with better ones yourself. So let's go back and let's wait for a bit. Okay, we're done with the front page, and I'm pretty excited to see what's come up with, because a lot of it I was quite vague because I wanted to improvise a little bit. So we have the landing page implementation, WordPress integration, responsive design, performance optimization, user experience, and let's have a look. I'm going to go back. Let's refresh. Oh, okay. This is pretty good. So welcome to a coffee shop. We have a nice button. Okay, the button seems to, when you hover over, the text disappears, but that's fine. Things like this can be fixed. I like this. I like the animation. This could do with like a nice image here, or if this was centered in the middle, that would look really nice. So experience, let's go down. So this is kind of like the testimonials, I guess. Maybe a little image here would have been nice, but not too bad. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Latest news. These are the blog posts that I added. These are fully working from the WordPress backend. And if I click on one, you'll be able to see that. Obviously, it doesn't look great just yet, but we'll fix that in a minute. And if I go back, stay connected, subscribe to get, that's brilliant. I think this is awesome. Maybe I've put too many sections, but this is pretty awesome so far. Yes, it's not perfect. There are a couple of things that I would definitely change, but For example, here, you should be able to fully customize this now. So if I go to customize, and if I click on hero section, here is the text. I'm going to put something else instead of welcome. I'm going to put brew with love, serve with warmth. And then I'm going to change the hero subtext here, experience the rich flavors of our handcrafted coffee, and visit us today is perfect. And the call to action can go to contact. That's absolutely fine. And now for the hero image, I actually prepared one before this video. I'm going to select it, select pictures. I'm basically downloaded this picture from Envato Elements, or you can go to Unsplash and download one. And I optimized it a little bit just because this was huge. So as you can see, this is 8 megabytes, and this is going to be roughly 247 kilobytes, which is much better. I'm going to open this, give it an alt text here, and then press choose image. And just like that, this is starting to look really nice. Let's publish it. Let's go back to the actual website. And as you can see, this is brilliant. Let's see this on mobile super quickly. Not bad at all. Actually looks better on mobile, to be fair. But what I was going to say now is, yes, it's not perfect, but you can definitely go to the CLI here and explain some of the problems. For example, when I hover on the hero image, when I hover over this, the text changes. So let's do that on the hero section, the CTA button. When I hover over it, the text disappears. I'm putting it fairly loose, so hopefully this will be able to fix for me. It'll fix the hover issue. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, text. So he's added this CSS here. Let's have a look. I need to also fix the secondary button. Okay. When you do small tasks, it's fairly quick. It shouldn't take too long for this. Okay, it's done some changes for us now. It tells you what it fixed. Let's do it now. Hover over and the button is fixed, which is awesome. You can change the link to this to go to whatever you like. And for story, let's just say on the or story section, can you center align everything? Let's see. Okay, let's go back. Let's refresh. And yes, it's center aligned there, but maybe there is an image here, space for it. Let's have a look super quickly. I'm going to go to the customizer and then, so all story section. And yeah, I was right. There is an image there. Let's add this image. Oh, okay. If this image works, publish, I think this is going to actually look great. Okay, so the image isn't showing for some reason. It is here. When I drag it, you can see the image. So I'm not so sure. Let's ask AI. I added on story. I added an image, but I am getting a white square. Okay, let's have a look now. Refresh and nope. Okay, that didn't fix it. So I'm just going to say I am getting a yellow square now, and I can't see the image. It's one of them, so you're going to have to mess around a little bit to make it work. Obviously, I can go in, expect the code and fix it myself, but the whole point of this video was to build something with AI without really having to code. So, so far we're doing pretty well, I'd say. Of course, these things are going to happen. So let's have a look whether this will fix it. And it's probably some of my prompting that is fairly loose. And that's why some things don't work as well. Okay, let's go. Okay, so as a developer, I actually know what the problem is here. And the problem is with the opacity. If I right click, inspect this page, And if I was to use this tool to select the image here, you'll see that the image is actually appearing and it's working. I think what happens is with the animation, so this opacity 0, it's what's breaking it. So basically I can say to AI, so the image is still not showing, and I believe that it's thing to do with the image not loaded, as the is 0. Maybe something to do with the JavaScript, and like that. It does help, obviously, as you can see in this situation, it does help to be a developer and to know what's going on. But it's one of them things. So let's have a look now. And here we go. Just like that, when I explained the actual problem, it was able to fix it for us. So now we have a beautiful All Story section. And essentially I can go down every single section here and add more things. So for the experience, you should be able to add more things from the customizer and make it look nice. But what I wanted to say is that I can go down the website here and prompt to fix every single bit that I don't like. All right, now that I've showed you how you can solve some of the issues, I don't want to go down the whole page here and do it one by one, because you already know how this is going to work. Essentially, go and tell AI what you don't like and what you need to change, explain some of the problems, and hopefully you'll get them fixed. But just to finish this theme, there are a couple of more things that we need to do. We need to fix some of the pages. For example, if I click on the About page here, you'll see that it looks a little bit broken. This is because it has no styles, and the same goes to the blog post. If I click on a blog post somewhere on here, you'll see that it looks broken. So we can fix this. Let's go back, and essentially these will be 2 more prompts potentially. So I'm going to do code instructions, and then we need the landing page with them. We need a blog post and the page. So let's go with blog post. And let me quickly have a look at this. So single pages. Okay, let's have a look at what we get now. So this is how a blog post is looking right now. So we're broken, and now let's refresh. And as you can see, this is not too bad. There are a couple of issues with the very almost white text in here, but these could be prompted again to be fixed. And overall, we have a nice sidebar here, which is great. We have some coffee tips, we have share. For some reason, we have shared this post a couple of times, so maybe removed share this post. I would say this text needs to be fixed, but overall, you might also enjoy. It shows you some other blog posts. Bit of first to prose. Overall, this isn't too bad. There's some definitely accessibility issues in this page, but I can basically prompt it now and say that some of the text is very hard to read. Let's do that. Some of the text is very hard to read, and can you move the top share this post section? Okay, let's have a look now. Let's go back, and this is the current page, and let's refresh. And as you can see, it's removed the stuff that I didn't want. It's fixed a lot of the text. This can also be fixed here, but that's not bad for a single prompt. It's done a really good job. Of course, we have some more problems in here, but I can prompt it one more time, give it all these details, and it will be able to fix it. So this isn't too bad in my opinion. The next thing that I would want to fix is the pages. So the pages just need to be center aligned probably, and maybe, you know what, let's just use this and see what happens. So add, and then Claude instructions, and then 7. I'm not sure whether I've done this correctly, but let's have a look. Okay, now that this is done, let's go back. So this is our current about page, and if I refresh, we get a really nice page. I'll probably make this a lot bigger, but this isn't too bad. This is like pretty decent. And if I go to contact, again, we're getting contact. It follows the same style, and we have the contact stuff in here. And then the menu. The menu is essentially going to be like menu of the drinks. And essentially the idea is here that you can edit the page and you can put like, I don't know, coffee, one, latte, espresso, and so on. Obviously you can make these nice, or you can ask AI to create custom pages for you for some specific purposes if you need to. And if I go back, you'll see that the content is here. I would probably move the menu to be in the middle here. And in order to do this, you can go here to the dashboard, go to appearance, menus, and you can control your menus from here. So you can create a new menu. Let's put main, create it, and let's select all of these, add them, and you can do about, menu, and contact. And then you can do this as primary navigation, save menu, and let's see if it works. I'm going to go to the website. And yep, about, menu, contact. Perfect. Just like that, you can add more pages and make them work. And as you can see, I can keep on messing around with this to make it better. Okay, once you're happy with your theme, obviously mess around with it a little bit more if you wish to perfect it. But once you're happy, we should be ready to deploy this online to the internet so everybody is able to see it. In this part, we'll deploy your project using Cloudways, who kindly sponsored this video. Cloudways is a managed cloud hosting provider, which is perfect for agencies, developers, and small businesses like mine. They basically handle all the heavy lifting, so deploying, backing up, securing, and managing your website is super easy with them. You can try Cloudways with a free 3-day trial and no credit card required. It's definitely worth giving it a go, and if you do, please use the link in the description below. Now, because we don't have much content here locally, what I could do is zip the theme that we just created, which is called Coffee Shop, and then upload this to my website online. For the people that wish to develop their website fully locally first before they go to any cloud provider like Cloudways, what you can do is once you finish with your website, you can go to dashboard, plugins, add plugin, and search for backup. And basically, you can install the Updraft Plus. It's totally free. Let's install it. Make sure that you activate the plugin and then click on the Updraft Plus here on the left side. And from here, you should be able to back up your website. And basically, this will give you everything that you need in order to restore the website on the actual server. So this will give you all the content essentially. But in my case, I don't really have much content on the website. So I'm just going to move the theme and it will be absolutely fine. To start with, sign up if you wish to try it. I'll put my link in the description below. So I'm going to log in super quickly. And for this website, we can definitely use the flexible servers because we don't need to scale in anything like that. This is for the autonomous applications here. So let's go with flexible. I've already started another server here, but let's add a new one. And then we need to choose WordPress. We need to give it a name. Maybe I'm going to put it Coffee Shop 1. Server name is going to be Ruddy Server. And the project basically is going to ask you to create a new project. I've already created one from a previous tutorial. Then here for the stack, let's go with the hybrid stack. This basically gives you a setup with HT access support, caching for speed, and built-in advanced security. For the server, essentially they are all great to be fair. They do have different pricing, so maybe search around them and see how much they cost. And the other difference is that some of them give you faster hard drives and some of them also give you more locations. For example, if you go with DigitalOcean and if I click on location here, you'll see that we have a couple. If they don't fit your need, maybe you can try Volta here. For example, they have a few more, as you can see, or you can try Linode and so on. You get the point. Basically, have one, select the server closest to you. For example, for me, it will be Europe, London. Let's go with DigitalOcean here, and then let's go with the basic server type because our coffee shop, it'll be totally fine on the basic one. And then if you go to 2 gigabytes, that would be more than enough for this type of website. And you can even make it cheaper if you go to standard here and click 2 gigabytes or 1 gigabyte. This is really affordable, to be fair, but they do recommend 2 gigabytes or higher for prediction websites, and 1 gigabyte is probably fine for staging or low traffic websites. For me, I'm going to go with premium and 2 gigabytes. And then for the location, I'm going to go with London, which is the closest to me. And then I'm going to launch now. Awesome. So my server is going to take roughly 7 minutes to deploy. And then I'm going to show you how we can set up the rest of the website. Okay, now that our server has been deployed, you can click on it here if you wish to see some of your credentials, like your public IP, your username for your SFTP access or SSH, and the password. You can always change them from here if you wish to. But what we're interested at right now, and by the way, you can set up stuff like vertical scaling, backups, and you can have a look at your security settings here. But what we're interested at now is not the servers here, they're already working, but we're interested at the applications. The latest application I created was the coffee shop one here. Let's click on it. This will give you a lot more settings, but also it will give you a temporary URL where you can visit your website. So if I was to click on this, you'll see that we have a fully working WordPress website in here. And essentially you can find out all of your access details from here for your website. You can manage your domain name from here. So if you click on domain name management, of course, at the moment we're using this temporary domain name, but once you buy a domain name, or if you already have one, you should be able to click add domain name, write your domain name here. For example, I've used RadicCloud before, and click on add as wildcard. And this will give you all the stuff that you need to complete in order to set up your domain name. The process is fairly simple, and I'm sure that Cloudways has a lot of blog posts and videos on how to set it up. But saying this is not the important bit now. Our website is working here, and what I wanted to showcase to you is that we can move our team to this website and make it work. So we need to log in first of all. So WP admin, and I don't actually know the username and password. So let me go back and let's go to access details here. And essentially your admin panel, you can either click on this link here, but your username will be your email. So I'm going to copy it and paste. And then I'm going to copy the password and paste it inside here. And I'm going to click remember me. Let's log in. Now, let's hide all these messages like so. And then if you go to appearance, and here under themes, we need to add the theme that we just created. So I'm going to go back to my folder in WP content themes, and I'm going to zip my coffee shop theme. So right click and press to zip file. This should take a second. And here we are. It's only 89 kilobytes, which is great. I wouldn't personally include the instructions in here just to let you know, but that's absolutely fine because I'm going to delete it later. So here is our zip file. So from here, I'm going to add a theme and then click on upload theme. And then we need to select the file and select the coffee shop theme that we just created and install it. By the way, just like this, every time you make changes locally on your theme, you can just re-upload it and it'll be absolutely fine. And then activate. And then now if you visit our website, you'll be able to see that our website is already working. Of course, it's going to take some setup. You're going to have to create some of the pages. But if I go here and if we go to site identity, we can put coffee shop back. For the colors, you can change them from here if you wish to, but I was looking for the hero section. And then from here, I was going to select the image that I prepared earlier in this tutorial. Here it is. Let's upload it, give it an alt tag, and then choose image. So that's going to make it look nice. And then, of course, just like this, start changing some of your information here. I'm going to paste some like that just for the demo. Make sure you publish it. And if I go to our story, we can also change this. So our story section, select an image. I'm just going to use the same one. It will be absolutely fine. Just like that. I would create all of the pages. For example, the sample page, as you can see, is working here. And if I go to the blog pages, we don't have any Oh, we do have one, sorry. So we have one here, but if I go on it, you will see that this is also working, which is awesome. So just like that, without having to code, we managed to create a fully working WordPress website that doesn't look too bad, to be completely honest with you. Yes, it's not great. It does need a little bit of polishing. And also with a couple of clicks, we managed to publish your website. And in this case, all you need to do is finish some of your other pages, set up your domain name, set up some of your backups from the server. I'll do server backups from here. So I'll go backups and set them up. You can change the frequency. And just like that, you have a fast website that is secure, which you fully own, which is great. This is going to be everything from this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was an experiment for me as well, but I feel like things turned out quite well. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, comment below for the algorithm, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.